Before I start off, I just want to ensure as a speaker that my listeners are listening well. Just listen to what I tell you and do just exactly that. Very simply put, ladies and gentlemen, this is a monkey see, monkey do world. No matter how hard you yell and tell about your own achievements, your actions are going to always speak louder than words. Picture this. You have a wonderful, cozy little room for yourself. You have a nice bedside window too. And every morning when you wake up and you look out of that window, you see a new country. How cool is that? Imagine this. You're having your daily morning meetings with your team, and right behind those glass walls of your office rooms, you see the azure blue, turquoise ocean waters of Maldives. And then you see a pod of dolphins, just flipping midair, somersaulting, basically just doing what dolphins do. How cool is that? At the age of 45, that used to be my life. At the age of 45, I nosedived myself into the most exciting, yet the most uncertain field of acting. But then why did I do it? I think there are some life lessons that stick with you, isn't it? We as humans should understand that we are all slaves of our own habit. मराठीमध्ये एक म्हण आहे, माणूस हा सवयीचा गुलाम असतो. ऐकलंय कधी? You always seem to have that favorite bunch of people you like to hang around with. Those favorite friends, your favorite food. Even in your house, you have that favorite spot of yours nobody else should sit upon. You take a seat in a metro or a bus or a train, you still have your favorite spot. Once we become slaves to those habits, it starts making us slip into something called as a comfort zone. It's like, you have that bean bag. So it's like sinking into that bean bag and just staying there like whatever the status quo is, happy or hapless. You just feel like sitting there. We need to lift ourselves up, guys. We need to lift ourselves. कोई उठाने को नहीं आता है. Life में एक ही बार लोग उठाने को आते हैं on the final journey. The rest of the times you need to really lift yourself up. I was pretty much sorted in my decision making to come into acting. And I think the credit I owe to is my shipping life. The oceans tell you a lot of life lessons. One of that. So when you keep looking at the extensive ocean, you always see something called as the horizon, right? Once you cross one horizon, in other words, if you apply it to your personal life, when you just think that this is it, moment has arrived, guess what? The horizon changes. And then there's another. Metaphorically speaking, what it means in real life is nothing is ever enough. No money, no fame, no recognition. It's never enough. You have to take a call sometimes. Sometimes we create, or rather we treat the smallest of the things and turn it into the biggest of the problems. All by ourselves, single-handedly. While we are just a mere speck in the ocean, or in the universe, I would say. Another thing that the waves taught me, just like one wave comes and goes into the oblivion, there is always the next one to come, and the next one, and the next one. The only permanent thing in life is change. This too shall pass. So now that I had decided to venture upon this exciting journey of acting, what comes next? Audition. Audition is that to us, if we crack that code, that is our ticket to the project. I learned a lot through auditions as well. When I used to wait outside the audition room, sometimes 40, 50, 100 people standing at times, I could see that the audition is an equal opportunity provider. यहाँ पे कोई भेदभाव नहीं है. आप रिच है, पुअर है, आपका पहले डेजिग्नेशन क्या हुआ करता था, आपका गाड़ी है, बंगला है, झोपड़े में रहते हैं, nothing ever matters. All that the casting director is looking for is, does your face match the requirement that I am looking for in my cinema? That's all. Film industry is many oftentimes guilty of stereotyping faces. And that's the truth, 80% of the films that I have done, 80% of the time have been villains. Aren't we as well as human beings sometimes guilty of judging people based on their personal appearances. And then the person who's in charge of the audition, he would come outside, and then I has to wait to hear those three unmagical words. Sorry, not fit. Simple words. Your face does not suit our profile for the current assignment. That was the time I realized that the word failure is not necessarily opposite of the word success. It's an integral part of success. Every single time I heard the word no, it actually took me a step closer and closer to my yes. There were lots of no's that I handled, but it was all a part of the process. Talking about today's topic, the alchemy of change. We all are gold anyways. It's just the lead, the heavy part that we need to let go. Lethargy, laziness, procrastination. Change should be accepted with grace. असं जरुरी नाही की तुमच्या लाईफमध्ये सगळं चांगलंच होणार आहे. यू कांट से दैट यू नो व्हाट, अगर ये मेरी 3 घंटे की फिल्म है, ये सीन नंबर 50 निकाल दो, सीन नंबर 20 निकाल दो. हाँ, this way I look very happy. Let me keep this one, right? Imagine this, you're going to a theater and you're watching a movie, average Bollywood movie is about 40, 50, 60 scenes, और किसी ने सीन नंबर 10 निकाल दिया है, किसी ने सीन नंबर 20 निकाल दिया है. Would you eventually connect with the story in the end? You won't not. Please understand the duality of life. If you want to enjoy a very satiable meal, you need to be hungry first. If you need to feel happy, you need to be sad first. If you want to understand what is relief, you need to go through pain first. You can't say कि यार toss कर दिया. No, I'll just take both the sides of the coin. No, chit bhi meri, pad bhi meri nahi ho sakta. If this guy at the age of 45 could chart a very, very unknown course for himself, you guys are young, man. Young guns all around. What are you waiting for? So just get up and get going. And to end with, I'm not going to say the cliched line for myself. Picture abhi baki hai mere dost. No. Ye abhi OTT ka zamana hai. It's all about web series, isn't it? So all that I will say to you guys is, wait, stay tuned. Season 3 abhi aa raha hai. Thank you very much, guys. You are a wonderful audience. Thank you.